What if I told you the laziest person you know might actually end up richer than the hardest worker in the room? No side hustle. Number 80-hour work weeks. No crypto schemes. No dropshipping course that costs $997. Just doing almost nothing on purpose. There was a study done, and this blew my mind the first time I read it, where researchers tracked thousands of investment accounts over a decade. They wanted to figure out which types of investors made the most money. You know what they found? The best performing accounts belonged to people who had forgotten they even had the account. Some of them had literally died. Their money just sat there, untouched, for years, and it outperformed almost everyone who was actively trying. Let that sink in. The dead investors beat the living ones. Not because of genius, not because of skill, but because they did the one thing most people are too impatient, too anxious, or too distracted to do. They did nothing. If that sparked something in your brain, hit that subscribe button right now. Because on this channel, we break down money in a way that actually makes sense. My name is Ella, and welcome to Ella Invest. Here's what most Americans believe about getting rich. They believe it requires one of three things. Number one, you need to earn a massive income. 6 figures minimum, maybe 7. Number two, you need a brilliant idea. Start a business, build a brand, go viral, become an entrepreneur. Or number three, you need to get lucky, hit the right stock at the right time, know the right person, be born into the right family. And because most of us do not have any of those three things right now, we do what feels logical. We wait. We say, I will start investing when I make more money. We say, I will figure out the stock market later when I have time. We say, I am not in a position yet. And that waiting, that single habit of waiting, is costing the average American hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. Not bad spending, not bad decisions, just waiting. Here's the thing nobody told you in school. Getting rich in America for regular, everyday people is not about income. It is not about luck. It is not about timing the market. It is about one incredibly boring, incredibly simple concept that has been working quietly in the background for hundreds of years. And most people scroll right past it because it does not sound exciting enough. Let me introduce you to the most powerful force in personal finance. Albert Einstein, yes, that Einstein, allegedly once called it the 8th wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not does not matter because the math speaks for itself. It is called compound interest. And I know, you have heard that term before, maybe in a class, maybe in a boring article. You probably glazed over it. That is okay, because most people explain it in the most painfully boring way possible. So let me explain it the way nobody told you. Meet Andy and Lisa, both 22 years old. Both just started their first real jobs in the United States, making the same salary, $50,000 a year. Andy is ambitious. Andy reads every financial news article. Andy is constantly moving his money around, chasing the next big thing. Crypto 1 year, tech stocks the next. He works overtime. He is always hustling. Lisa? Lisa is lazy in the best possible way. At 22, Lisa puts $300 a month into a simple index fund, basically a basket of the top 500 American companies, and she sets it to automatic. Then she mostly forgets about it. She watches her shows. She lives her life. She checks her account maybe twice a year. Fast forward 40 years. They are both 62, thinking about retirement. Andy, despite all his hustling and moving money around, ends up with around $280,000. Not bad. He worked hard for it. Lisa? Lisa has around $930,000. Almost $1 million. From $300 a month and basically doing nothing. How? How is that even possible? Here is the secret. When Lisa's money earns interest, let us say her investments grow at an average of 8% per year, which is close to the historical average of the US stock market. That growth does not just add money, it multiplies money. In year one, her $300 a month grows a little. Let us say she has $3,900 by end of year one, and that earns 8%. That is an extra $312. Okay, not exciting yet, but here is where it gets wild. That $312 she earned, next year, that earns interest too. And the year after, the interest earns interest, and then the interest on the interest earns interest. It is like a tree that grows branches, and then each branch grows more branches, and those branches grow more branches, until one day you look up and you have this enormous tree and you only planted the seed. That is compound interest. Your money makes money. Then that money makes money, over and over again, without you doing anything. The longer you leave it alone, the more explosive it becomes. This is why the first rule of compound interest is simple. Time is the ingredient. Time is the engine. Time is everything. So if this is so powerful, why is not everyone doing it? Great question. And the answer is not about math. It is about psychology. Our brains are wired for now. We want results today. We want to see the number go up this week. We want to feel like something is happening. Watching $300 grow to $310 in a month does not feel like anything. It does not trigger excitement. It does not release dopamine. So we get bored. We pull the money out, we spend it, we decide we will start when we have more. This is called hyperbolic discounting, a term for the fact that humans naturally value things that are immediate over things that are in the future, even when the future reward is dramatically larger. Think about it this way. If I offered you $100 today or $1,000 in 5 years, most people instinctively want the $100 right now. Even though the math says $1,000 is obviously better. Our brains were built for survival in a world where the future was uncertain. Getting the berry today made more sense than waiting for a bigger harvest next season. That instinct kept our ancestors alive. But that same instinct is quietly destroying your financial future. Because in a world where compound interest is real, and the stock market has grown reliably over every long-term period in American history, the future reward is not just a little bigger, it is astronomically bigger. The $300 you skip investing this month, because it does not feel like enough, might be worth $3,000, $5,000, even $8,000 to your future self. You are not saving $300. You are throwing away thousands. So here is the actual strategy. The embarrassingly simple, no genius required playbook that anyone in America can start this week. Step 1. Open a Roth IRA or a 401k. A Roth IRA is a retirement account where your money grows completely tax-free. You invest after-tax dollars today, and when you pull it out in retirement, the government does not touch a single penny of your gains, not 1 cent. If your employer offers a 401k with matching, meaning they add free money on top of what you put in, that is the closest thing to free money that exists in the legal world. Start there. Always take the full match first. Step 2. Put your money in a simple index fund. An index fund is like buying a tiny piece of every major American company at once. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Walmart, and hundreds more, all in one investment. When America's economy grows, your money grows. When one company tanks, the others carry it. You do not need to pick stocks. You do not need to watch financial news all day. You do not need to understand quarterly earnings reports. You just need to buy and hold. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors who ever lived, literally told his wife that when he dies, she should put 90% of the money in a simple S&P 500 index fund and leave it alone. The man who has spent 60 years studying stocks is telling regular people, do not try to be clever. Just buy the index and wait. Step 3. Automate it. This is the laziness superpower. Set up automatic contributions, even $50, $100, or $300 a month, so the money moves from your paycheck before you ever see it. You do not have to decide each month. You do not have to remember. It just happens. Pay yourself first, automatically, and then live on the rest. Step 4. Do not touch it. This is the hardest step and the most important one. When the market drops, and it will drop, it always does, do not panic. Do not sell. Do not wait until it gets better. Because here is what most people do not realize. When the market drops, everything is on sale. The rich people do not panic. They buy more. Because they know that historically, the US market has always recovered. Always. The people who lose money in the stock market are almost always the ones who panic and sell at the bottom. The lazy investor wins because they do not watch it close enough to panic. I want to leave you with one final thought. The most expensive word in personal finance is not debt. It is not inflation. It is not even taxes. The most expensive word is someday. Someday, I will start saving. Someday, when I earn more. Someday, when I understand it better. Every someday costs you money you will never get back. Because time is the only ingredient in this recipe you cannot buy more of. You cannot hustle your way into having more time. You cannot earn extra years. But if you start today, even small, even imperfect, you give the most powerful force in finance the one thing it needs most: time. You do not need to be smart. You do not need to be rich already. You do not need to understand charts or follow the news or have a finance degree. You just need to start. Set it, forget it, and let the math do what it has always done. The laziest path to wealth has been sitting right here this whole time. Quiet, patient, waiting for you to show up. Now you know. That is it for today's video. If this made something click for you, share it with one person in your life who needs to hear it. That one share might literally change someone's financial future. If you want to go deeper, I have a video coming up on exactly how to open a Roth IRA step by step, even if you have never invested a single dollar before. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. I am Ella. This is Ella Invest, and I will see you in the next one.